Hi my loves, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So in today's video, we're going to be learning how to cut this stylish skirt. It is easy and it is also beginners friendly. So let's get straight into the video. So guys, this is the fabric I'll be using. This is my net fabric. I have a match like is matching my skin tone. Okay, and this is a black net, and these are just half yards. And this is my material, the one I'll be using to cut my skirt. I just have 1 yard of my material. And right now, the waistband I'm going to be using is 1.5. That's what I'm going to be using. So I'm going to my another 1.5. From there, I'll measure the length of my skirt. The length I'm using is 28 inches. That's the length of the skirt. Okay. So the next I'm going to do is I'm going to measure from my waist to my hip line. I'll mark it out also. How to get the amount of fabric to fold is by dividing your hip measurements by 4 and add your allowance. So now I'm going to be inputting my waist measurements. We don't need any data for this skirt. We don't need any data at all. Okay, I input my waist measurements, also input 1 inch for sewing allowance. So on my hip, I did the same thing. My hip is 10 inches, but I used 9.5 inches. So for the length of this skirt, I minus what I have. I minus 1.5 inches from what I have on the hip. Okay, that is what I use for the length. If you want the length to be more pencil, you can just minus it more. All right. So from that top waist, I came down by 1 inch and I curve it just the way you see me doing it. I just wanted to have that nice I just want it to sit very nicely on my waist. So I'm going to go ahead and cut it out, and I'll use it to cut out the back piece also. The only difference for the back piece is the zipper allowance. So the 1 inch I remove from the front, I'm going to input it at the back. So for my zipper allowance, what I use is just 1.5 inches for my zipper allowance. So for my waistline on the back side, I came in by half inch, then I'm going to cut it out. You see the way I'm going to cut it just to give it that, for it to relax perfectly at the back. After doing that, we're going to be working on the front now. So this is my front piece. So from the down part, I came up by 1.5 inches. At first, I came up by 1 inch, then I decided to come up by 1.5 inches. And from the side, I came in by 1 inches. So this is what I'm going to be using to curve it. All right. So I make sure that the line, that this cup is on that line, on the both line that I mark out. Okay, then I'm going to curve it out just the way you see me doing. Then from this circle, I'm going to measure 1.5 inch upward again. You can see the way I'm marking it. I don't want it to go straight, just the way you see the one on the thumbnail is not straight, like it's curved. I don't know if you understand. So that is the same thing I'm trying to do. So on the side, I came in by 1.5 inch again. Then I measure what I have here, and I did the same thing here, which is 1.5 inch. Then I'm going to be placing my cup there and curve it out. You can see the way the circle is. Just do the same thing, okay? So this is my net fabric. This is my net. So I'm going to fold my net into two because I want it to be thick. So I'm going to fold it into two. Then I'll measure 2 inches. I'm going to cut out 2 inches right now. So these 2 inches is what I'm going to be using for the ruffle. Okay. If you have feathers, you can use feathers. But in my own case, I'm using net for the ruffle. I don't have feathers. So that's why I'm using net for the ruffle. So I'm going to run a gather stitches just the way you see it now. Then I will draw it. Once I draw it together, then I'm going to place it on that circle that we just drew out. Okay, I don't want to cut out the circle first, because if you cut out the circle before placing your nets or your feathers, it's going to be kind of tough. Do you understand? So I just have to place it just this way, the way you see me indicating in this video. Place it that way and sew it all the way around. You do the same thing for the three circles. So after doing that, the next, this is how it's looking after doing that. You can see I came up because I noticed that that circle is too small, so I have to come up a bit again. So now I'm going to start cutting out the circle. Just the way you see me doing in this video, just watch it closely. You cut out the circle. Then I'm going to be using my bias to turn it, because I mean, whatever you're sewing, you have to have a neat finishing at the end. Just place it from the back, just the way you see me doing it. Place it, then you sew it round. Then after that, you have to turn it to the front side and sew again. But first of all, place it on the back, sew it round, do the same thing on both three of them. So after doing that, this is how it is looking. Now I'm going to turn it to the front side, just the way you see me doing now. Turn it this way, then start stitching on top of it all the way around. Make sure that this is covering those rough edges, okay? So that is what we're going to be doing. Do the same thing on the three circles. So now we are done doing that. This is my net. I'm going to be folding this net into two, because it's very light, nets can easily tear. So because of that, I want to fold this net into four. You can see the way it is, right? I folded it into four. So now I'm going to be placing my skirt on top of it, just the way you see me doing in this video. Just do the same thing. Make sure that the net is sitting perfectly flat. Okay, then you place your skirt on top of it. You pin it. You see the one pinning from that circle? You're going to pin it. Then after pinning it, you're going to take it to your sewing machine. Stitch on top of that line, the line you're using joining the bias, right? You're going to stitch on top of that line all the way around. So after doing that, this is how mine is looking. You can see this is just the very simple and easy way to do this. So you cut out those excess nets at the back. So this is how the back is looking, and at the front, this is how the front is looking. So if you don't want your own net to be that thick, you can just fold it into two, and that is all. Okay, if you want it to be very revealing, like you want your skin to show very well. So what I did here is I measured the length of my zipper and the length of my slit. Okay, so this is going to be the length of my slit. So after doing that, this is how it is. I've not joined my zipper yet. I just did a gather stitch at my zipper side. So right now I'm going to be placing the front and the back together. Then I'm going to be joining it with my measurement on the side. My waist measurement divided by 2, my hip measurement divided by 2. Then for the length, I'm going to minus what I minus from the hip while cutting it, and do the same thing on the length. Like if you want yours to be more pencil, like I said, you have to minus more on the length, but just the way mine is, like just how I want it to be. So now this is the waistband. I just measure my waist measurement round. I measure this round from one side to the other. So now if you notice on this skirt, there is a ruffle at the side. So this is how to do it. You can decide to get a pieces this way, fold it into two, then you place it and join it together, like close it together when you're closing your side measurement. Do you understand? Your side seam, you close it just that way. But I don't want to put that ruffle on my own. So right now, I just measure my waist measurement round. I cut out the fabric, like my waistband. Then I'm going to fold it into two and just join it. If you have any part that is confusing to you, please let me know. Let me know in the comment section. And I also went ahead to insert my zipper and hem the down part. So after that, our skirt is ready, and this is the final look. So guys, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, like my video, and also share to your loved ones. And God bless you. Stay tuned to the next video. Bye.